Welcome everyone. It's part 8 of our Klingon D7 build, and a couple of things that we've done here. We went ahead and painted those two detail pieces right there, and then obviously those are affixed. And then we had a problem with the nacelle yesterday, but that appeared to dry pretty good, so we affixed that. And now, like I said, on to decals. So here's the decal sheet that it comes with. Well, just to go through a quick tutorial on your average decal, and what we're going to do is just cut this out. This is one of the big insignias that goes on the wing. So cut that out. I have a pair of tweezers which kind of self-lock, and usually what I'll do is I'll just clamp it on there, and I'm going to put it in a little tray of warm water. In the meantime, I use this micro set, also micro sol, and we have some Solvaset if any of them give us real trouble. That's the good stuff. But in the meantime, I usually just take the micro set and kind of wet up the area where the decal is going to go. Rinse the brush. And now, so you can see it's soaked and it is actually moving around. So we'll get that little 11 off of there. And then just take our brush, slide it onto the model like that. Usually have a couple of Q-tips standing by, soak up water and whatnot, so we can kind of soak that up. And when you get the thing right where you want it, kind of smooth out any bubbles or anything like that. Then we get into the micro sol. Actually, the way it's drawn on the diagram, it looks like it's a little bit further north, or whatever direction you're pointing. Get a little bit closer to, move it forward a bit. Now let's make sure that that's straight. All right, now micro sol. Now this stuff, along with the Solvaset, the stronger stuff, can make the decals just kind of crinkle and look like it's ruining them. Just don't futz with it once it does that, because it's actually doing its thing. It's getting this down into all the nooks and crannies, so it'll set down perfectly and look like it's painted on. All right. Oops, kind of moved it around there. Alright, so I'm going to leave that one alone. Looks like the next one, this one has a bunch of these little triangles. And as far as that, I'm going to cut off this top one because that's for the windows on the boom, and actually we've drilled those in and backlit them ourselves, so we don't need that. I'm going to cut off this whole strip of the number 7s, which are these little black triangle details, and so we can use them one at a time. So I'll cut the 7 off since we know what that is. And so I'm going to let's tackle 2 of these at once. So cut 2 of those off, And then I'm just going to take this with our tweezers again and throw it into the water. And in the meantime, get our brush and back to our micro set, which is the one that smells like vinegar, which I don't care for. Kind of wet up the surface of where we're going to put it. It's going to go right on this little tip right there and right there on the top of the front of the nacelle. One there and one there. Now let's get them pointed in the direction we want. I'm just going to have that pointing right off there. And this one, because I'd envision that pointing different directions. So let's see if we can coax that into pointing forward. This doesn't have too many markings, but they sure add a level of detail, which sort of makes the model pop. I have an F4 Phantom in the pipeline. Done some initial assembly on it, but was looking at the decal sheet, and holy cow, those things have a lot of markings on them. A lot of little ones. And this is just not cooperating. We need to scooch forward and get back up on the horse here. There we go. Alright. So we'll use a Q-tip and dab off a little bit of water there. And I think this one's good where it is. So we'll rinse the brush and get into the microsol. It's this again. All right, there's two more down. And it looks like I'm going to do the same thing on these two right here and right there. So let's get those a soaking. Attach that to the tweezers and we'll put it in the water right over here. And there's no secret, it's just water. All right, back to the micro set. Just do that there. Do that there. All right, so these are moving around already, so they're ready to go. Slide that one off right there. Let's see if we can't get this one on straight the first time. All right, that was a little bit better. All right. And then, once again, with the microsol, rinse the brush off. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need a number 8 off of here, which is of course right in the middle. So let's go ahead and remove 13, which we'll need. It goes right on the very top of the engineering section. And then number 12 goes on the bottom of the ship, similar location as the one on the top wing. Cut that out. Now we got at these number 8s, which is, those looks a real red line. So let's clip off one of these. And this goes right in front of the grills on the engineering deck. And back to the micro set. Get this centered a little bit better. It's going to go right there. And let's see if this one's ready. Yep, it's moving along. So we'll just scooch that. Need to kind of dry this out. Alright, I think it just needs to be straightened out just a hair. Okay. Let's little micro saw. Alright. So onward and upward. Number 13, like I was just talking about, is this guy right here. Looks like the red spike points towards the top, or towards the front. Oop! Looks like I just dropped the tweezers in the water. So let's prep this again. Looks like it is flush to the back. All these little numbers start running everywhere once these things get wet. Try not to get that on the model. Oops. Scooch that back forward just a hair. Alright. And you kind of got crooked on me. Alright. There we go. So let's see, what else goes here? Number 9. So we'll do one more of these, and then I'll finish up the rest off camera, and we can revisit that, because this is pretty much the process of this. So number 9 is this insignia that looks like it goes that's the top. So that goes. Right there. It's sliding around, so let's move this off the paper. Clean up a little of the excess water. And it looks like it's supposed to be smack dab in the middle, so that's where we are. Get back into our microsol. All right, so thanks for watching part 8 of decaling. I'll actually turn the camera off briefly, and then we'll do a walk around showing all the decals finally placed. So stand by for that. All right, folks, I believe we got all the decals done. Having trouble with that one, and on the top there's some one had an air bubble underneath it. When you lay the decals down, you got to make sure that you use your brush and brush those bubbles out of there. If they do sit down on the model with a bubble underneath them, what you can do is take a real sharp X-Acto knife, like a number 11, and very carefully cut the top of the bubble, and then go ahead and put your microsol or your Walthers in there, brush that over that, and then kind of use your brush and kind of work it on down into the bubble, and then it should, as that liquid gets through the cut that you made, it should settle itself down. So got all those, and one in there, and one right under the chin, and I don't know what that one's for, but then on the underside we got that one there, and then a couple of those little triangle marks. It's still kind of wet, so we'll give it some time to dry and take her on to the next step. Thanks for tuning in to Modeler X, and we'll see you next time.